me give you an example. Yesterday, you committed a sin, a very minor or even a major sin, but you committed that in privacy. And somehow there are five people in this room. I start talking about this in front of these four people right in front of you. Imagine what you'd be going through at that time. Imagine how embarrassing that spree of my words would be, and those that time would stop for you, and you would feel like killing yourself. And I'm just talking about yesterday. Okay, I'm not talking about all your life and whenever. So this is going to be in front of every human being that you will be discussed. And it is Allah Azza wa Jall's grace that He might not. I mean, He would He protect you by not disclosing your affairs to people, and pray for that every day, because there will be some people who Allah would whisper, just like standing right nose to nose, and He'd be whispering in our ear about what we did. There will be some people, but people who do not have that remorse in this planet, in this life, they would be announced. And if I go right now in, let's just say, South Africa, and die there and get buried there, I won't be raised in South Africa. I'll be brought in wherever I had lived and committed all of those acts, so that people would know that this is the man who affected us. That's the day of embarrassment. So unless you have that picture, you're not going to have that kind of shame inside. And if you don't have that shame inside, you're not going to have that remorse. If you do not have that remorse, you know, you're going to keep yourself in that loop, and you from one sin to a bigger sin to the biggest sin. That's the cycle you're going to be on. And you'll see that the more you're going to sin, the less you're going to have remorse. And the less you're going to have remorse, the bigger you're going to have, the more energy you're going to have to sin even more. So I'll give you a little example. There's this guy who was caught committing adultery, and he went to Umar ibn Khattab, obviously was sentenced, and he said, "Oh, Amirul Mu'mineen, oh Umar ibn Khattab, please forgive me, for Allah only always forgives the first time. Give me a second chance. It's the first time I committed this." And Umar ibn Khattab says, "This could not have been the first time. You're lying right now, because Allah protects you the first time. It's only you become an addict to this sort of crime, or any crime, that you actually lose the shame. And when you lose the shame, Allah exposes you." He started crying, and he says, "So you were so right. It is not the first time. I was lying. It's not the first time." So if you do not have remorse, you are going to keep committing this. And even if you're not committing this, you're going to get exposed. And that embarrassment would help you getting that remorse. And you'd be thinking, Allah embarrassed me. Well, Allah didn't embarrass you. Allah does not get anything from your embarrassment. Allah did this embarrassment in this planet, with a few hundred people or less or more, so that you can be saved from that embarrassment. He's training you right now.